Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a double shot of Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank action featuring Elite Commando from Crazy Clan. Elite Commando absolutely loves his AMX CDC, the reasonably new French medium Tier 8 Premium Tank with absolutely no armour whatsoever. You can see, if you look closely, you can see he's got 3 marks of excellence on that gun barrel, which tells me this is probably his go-to credit earner in World of Tanks. And of course we all know that premium tanks have a massive bonus to credit earnings, which you'll see at the end of these 2 games, both featuring Elite Commando from Crazy Clan. Elite Commando is tuned up with his old mate Magic, as well as looking by the chat, looking like Apple Boom X. Maybe Apple Boom X was AFK when they started this battle, and he can still type from the garage in the platoon chat. But anyway, in this game, it's a standard battle on Sand River. He's on a mission to do 4,000 hit points of damage to enemy tank destroyers. Looking that there's only 2 tank destroyers on the enemy side, the Jag Tiger as well as the Scorpion G. Probably not enough hit points. They won't have 4,000 hit points between them. But with the score on 1 zip, he's already done a little bit of damage. And it is a tier 10 game though, so he needs to be a little bit conservative, especially since his French premium medium tank is so lightly armoured. Firing AP rounds at the moment, which is the standard rounds of ammunition, which do on average 240 hit points of damage for 212 penetration, which isn't a bad amount of penetration for a tier 8 medium tank. If that's not enough, 259 penetration. So an extra 47 penetration for the APCR rounds, which are the standard rounds, as he tries to get some cheeky snipey shots into the side of the turret of the Emil. That's the Emil 1, the tier 8 autoloader. There is an Emil 2 on the enemy side, which I'm sure will confuse me to no end. 1 zips a score, and Elite Commando's already picked up 704 hit points of damage on Sand River. Just move my chair around a little bit, get a bit comfortable. He's out. The IS is dishing it out with the Defender, and it looks like a couple of other heavy tanks, the Oho, as well as that Emil. 2 1s a score. Even though it's a tier 9 game, even though it's a tier 10 game, there's only 3 tier 10s on Elite Commando's side, and 2 on the enemy side, including 1 artillery. A number of tier 9s though, as Elite Commando starts chipping away at the premium Russian heavy tank. Sorry, I just lost a bit of train. Lost my chain of thought there. Picks up his first kill, taking out the new Mausken, the tier 9 heavy German tank, the new tank that leads to the Maus. And with the score on 4-1, you'd think he'd be reasonably confident of picking up a win here on Sand River, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen as the Elite Commando runs around. It is AMX CDC looking to get some more vision on those tanks. Looking at the mini-map, a lot of heavy tanks on Elite Commando's side, pushing the northwestern flank, which is... maybe that's where I should start going in my heavy tanks. I always struggle in heavies on this map, and I've been grinding my big Japanese heavy. Looking at the Scorpion G, gets 222 hit points damage into the premium German tank destroyer as he waits for his gun to reload. The Object 252U picks up the kill. There's some side shots on the Emil 2. Is that Emil 2? He's not AFK, he was just waiting. He was waiting up there looking at these other tanks over there. The second shot doesn't penetrate, doesn't give it to any damage, picks up a critical hit on the tier 9 auto-loading heavy tank, the Swedish Emil 2. Really looking forward to getting that tank as well. 5-2's the score. He's done 1,713 damage, 920 assisted damage as he looks at that E75. And even though the E75's at tier 9, the accurate, good gun on the AMX CDC shouldn't have any trouble penetrating him at that angle. He does pull into cover. Looks like a Panther 2 there. Unlucky. Just hit the wrong spot on the Panther 2, but from that distance sometimes you can't be too sure of your shots hitting. 240 into the German medium tank, and rather than look for the kill, he's going for the AMX. Looks like the Panther 2 is behind the sand dune there, and Elite Commando really doing well, just chipping away at those enemy tanks. Puts another shell into the Emil 2, the tier 9, and the Emil 2 is certainly aiming at him, but the Emil 2 is not quick enough as Elite Commando puts a shot into the back of his engine deck by the look of it, bringing him down to a more manageable amount of hit points. Now he's only showing his turret. His AP rounds on the AMX CDC, they're pretty good, but they're not going to be able to penetrate the turret of the Swedish heavy tank. But there's that Panther 2 again. He'll aim properly this time. No, he doesn't. He just misses. T28 does the job though, sending the Panther 2 back to the garage with a score on 9-4. 2,705 hit points of damage from Elite Commando, 950 assisted as he moves forward to try and help clean up that Emil 2 and the E50. It's the last two tanks remaining near the enemy base, and no, he's not going to go there. There's already, fair enough, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 friendly tanks around these 2 tanks. And so look, he might get a cheeky shot into the side of the E50. It looks like the E50 was certainly aiming his way, or he might have been aiming towards the T49. I think he was. His gun reloads, ricochets into the German Tier 9 medium tank, and of course it is pretty heavily armoured. But that last shot looks like it took out his ammo rack and picked up 350 hit points of damage for the kill shot on the German medium tank. Eyes firmly focused on the Jagdtiger now. He shoots and tracks him, and he's just going to stay here and just continue to make sure he's tracked. Elite Commando loves doing this. I've seen a few of his replays, and he likes keeping tanks tracked, especially tanks like the Jagdtiger, tanks that are not turreted, and that way he can safely stay behind them and chip away at it. The enemy artillery is being killed. He sets the Jagdtiger on fire, sets off his automatic fire extinguisher, and the last shot of the game will be a kill shot on the Tier 9 German tank destroyer, and he's picked himself up 3 kills for that effort, which is not a bad effort at all. It'll come as no surprise that that came up as an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. He knows how to play his medium tanks, Elite Commando from Crazy Clan. He's picked himself up an Ace Tanker, also a bruiser, demolition expert for the ammo rack shot on that E50. Also the Pfeiffer effect, and of course the Confederate medal for hitting more tanks than anybody else on his team. Look at all those tanks there that he spotted, damaged, and killed. He had an absolute perler. 4,387 hit points of damage, comfortably the highest amount of damage on anyone on his team, even though there were Tier 10s. I feel sorry, this E100 driver actually got the lowest score in the game. 1663 base experience, which is an absolute ripper. 33 shots fired, 27 hit, only 19 did damage. There was a few shots that bounced, but 4,387 damage, 1360 damage block, and look at those credits, 71,239 credits bottom line after tax with a premium account, and that there would have been some APCR rounds fired there of that, I am sure. As we moved on to the second game of this double shot of Tier 8 premium tank action, yet again it's Elite Commando. This time he's top tier in the FV4202, a reasonably new British premium tank. Well, no, it's not new at all anymore, is it? It was years ago that the Centurion Action X came into the game, and the FV4202 went from a Tier 10 medium tank to a Tier 8 premium tank. And have a look, it's another tank with 3 marks of excellence on the gun barrel, the British FV4202. So next time you hear somebody say that it's underpowered or it's no good, it did receive a buff in the last patch. I think it was made a little bit quicker, and I think the aim time or the reload time might have been buffed a little bit. But in this game, the Elite Commando in his FV4202 is getting stuck right into the eastern flank on Erlenberg, and you can see in the mission tab is after 4,000 hit points of damage to enemy tank destroyers. Looking at the enemy's lineup, I don't think he's going to be able to do that. 2 of their tank destroyers are Hellcats, which doesn't give very much in the way of hit points. One zips the score as he works away on the ridgeline, trying to get shots into these enemy tanks. Just chipping away. Chipping away at the Panther 2, chipping away at those other tanks. A lot of enemy tanks sort of camping down this southeastern side of the eastern flank. And Elite Commando chipping away. And gotten that Panther 2 right down to 700 odd health. And you can see that Elite Commando's got that. He's got that perk that I can never remember what it's called, where it identifies damaged modules on the enemy tanks, and that Panther had, looks like a damaged. Is that the vision? The vision thing, whatever that's called, vision device. 2-1 to score, 952 hit points of damage. As he's not stuffing around, even though he's only on 947 health out of his original 1400, he's getting stuck right in. Sends the AMX ELC Tier 5 French light tank back to the garage. And he's using the ridge lines really well again, just chipping away at these enemy tanks. APCR not needed on this occasion because he is top tier. And there's a lot of lightly armoured tanks on the enemy side. AP rounds for the FV4202 on 230 average damage. 226 pen, which should be enough when you're top tier. If that's not enough, 258 penetration for the APCR rounds. And that's because the FV4202, as well as most premium tanks that have been released over the last couple of years, don't have preferential matchmaking. So they do come up against tier 10s sometimes. Preferential matchmaking, tier 8 tanks would only see tier 9s and below prior to this. Not all of them, just some of them. Super Pershing and the IS-6 being two popular examples. 5-3's a score now, 1848 damage, 1074 assisted damage on Erlenberg from Elite Commando as he starts looking at these enemy tanks. Gets a beautiful shot into the side of the IS-6. Of course, that IS-6 would probably be feeling pretty brave being the top tier heavy tank in this game, but somebody needs to go back and start resetting. The IS-6 on Elite Commando's side, Alpha 156SS, have a look where he is, sniping right at the back behind a tier 6 tank destroyer. That bloke is an absolute knucklehead, Alpha 156SS. Is the man that should be going forward. There's only an IS-2 and an IS-6 there. We know the enemy tanks, we know the enemy IS-6 is on reasonably low health. I'm not sure if the IS-2 is or not. The IS-6 is on 153 hit points. The OD is copying it a little bit there. Elite Commando puts another 250 damage into the tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, and it gets a nice shot into the IS-2. The IS-2 clearly holding quite a few cap points. And there you go, you can see that the OD's got a damaged gun and an injured gunner too, going by the centre of the screen. I've got a feeling it's called Eagle Eye, that perk, but in fact the more I think about it, the more I think that it is Eagle Eye. Bit of pinging going on. The IS-6, he looked like he was going to move forward, didn't he? That IS-6, Alpha 156SS, you are a knucklehead. Anyway, he looked like he was going to start moving forward, but no, now he's going to go in the opposite direction, I guess. Elite Commando fires clutch towards the M41 Walker Bulldog, very popular tier 7 American light tank with the auto-loading clip, and the T25-2 does the job. The IS-6 letting the tier 6s go first on this eastern flank, and I'll be very, very interested to see what he does at the end of this game. 9-5 is the score. Elite Commando looking to get some vision on that Scorpion G, the tier 8 premium German tank destroyer, and try and light up whatever else might be down this western flank. Wait for his gun to aim. I reckon that Scorpion G just went behind something as he fired, because he wasn't highlighted when he moved his cursor over it just a few seconds ago. T54 Mod 1's coming to join the party, and there's the Panther 2. Elite Commando, Panther 2, the GW Panther artillery piece. Elite Commando gets lit up by that Hellcat and shoots him, gets him down to 42 hit points, and he crashes. The Hellcat crashes. Probably wanted to get out of the game because his platoon mates were already dead. Maybe he didn't feel like carrying today. Gets a shot into the Scorpion G. The Scorpion G fires and misses. Is that Scorpion G going for the drown? It looks like he is. Oh no, he's going to that low ground there. I don't want to turn this video into a Name a Knucklehead video, but it's looking like there are a few knuckleheads. IS-6 still sniping back there on the eastern flank. Really doesn't want to move in. He's picked himself up a kill on the Panther 2. But is he going to go for the drown? He's not. He's doing the right thing. The Scorpion G's looking for some cover down here by the water. Puts the shot into the ground, and now Elite Commando will just go, "You're beauty." Thank you very much. That's kill number 2 for Elite Commando. There's only 2 tanks left. The KV2, which just fired, just got killed by the T343. And of course that enemy FV4202 was last spotted at E2. And there he is there. He's a one shot now. He bounces the first shot, reloads APCR because he just wants to confirm another kill. I don't blame him. Confirming kill shots is what it's all about. 15-7 in the end. A pretty comfortable win in the end from Elite Commando from Crazy Clan, and not a bad result at all. Have a look at that. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge on Erlenberg. Spotter for all that spotting damage. Bruiser, Jewelers, 5 for effect, Confederate, and of course the high caliber for doing all that damage into the enemy tanks. And look at all those tanks that he spotted, damaged and killed. He's had an absolute rip snorter of a game on Erlenberg. Second page of the post-game battle results. It's a massive carry from Elite Commando. 4,359 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1479 base experience, 29 shots fired, 21 hit, 19 went through. A little bit of it was sniped, but he also picked up 1,530 spotting damage. And that was enough for an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. And have a look at those credits. 138,927 credits after tax. He hardly needed any premium ammunition, which is something I often mention when I'm going through one of these battles, because it does affect your profitability. But when you're top tier, you generally shouldn't need it. The only time I remember him using it was against that very last tank, because it's always a good feeling to pick up the last kill of the game. And without turning this into a name on knucklehead, Alpha 156 SS, 355 hit points of damage, all sniped. He fired 9 shots. 5 of them hit their targets, but only 4 went through. I think he really needs to look at his playstyle and try to do something about it. That was terrible. Top tier heavy tank right at the back. But let's not take anything away from Elite Commando. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge on Erlenberg, as well as that other one on Sand River with the AMX CDC. AMX CDC FV4202, 2 of the newer, sort of new, Tier 8 premium medium tanks, the French and the British ones. 3 marks of excellence on each tank, and 2 absolutely awesome games. Thanks for the replays, Elite Commando. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.